So I don't have a hat. So I'm going downtown, this shishi little tourist town. And the only place that had hats, they were like hundreds of dollars.
Right.
And the cheapest one I found was like $79. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. It's a nice hat.
Really?
It was nice, beautiful. And so I did the gig. The next night, we're in another town south.
I can get you a human head for cheaper than that. You know what I mean?
Can you get me a kidney?
What you paid for a hat.
Get me new liver.
Are you ready?
Let's go!
This is going to be my new thing. Welcome to the Jon Peckman podcast, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Come over the bridge, pull a Yui, park in front of the music store with their red neon light. We have music lessons. We have musical gear. We have
something. Give him some Dunkin'.
We have vinyl. We have a beautiful podcast studio. Dave will tell you how to. Imagine if I was like this all the time.
Yeah.
This is, I think, the way I'm going to be now. Dave
Nap time, John.
Dave will tell you how to have your own podcast here in our beautiful studio. We're here today.
Jon Peckman.
Oh no, you don't want to know about Dark John.
Sleepy John.
Yeah, Sleepy John. MC.
Yeah, babe.
As they know him. Dr. MC.
Oh, yeah, I have a doctorate in MCology.
A doctorate in hat.
Yes, I'm a specialist in hat. Purveyor.
The one, the only, Michael Cleary. I don't know how many times this is. This is a lot. 3, 4. I don't know.
Third one was I crashed Johnny Corvo's one where you had me come in.
That's
I think.
Right.
So this would be technically third alone, but fourth appearance.
Wow.
Although I crashed Stones too, so fifth appearance.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is practically Welcome to the Michael Cleary podcast.
Come on, man, let's go.
I know. Sorry, I'm out of it.
It's okay. I'll carry you.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Where are we going?
So you mentioned the hat. So I had a story about this one. We did a couple gigs in New York with the Alex Shallow Band, the Springsteen tribute band, a couple weeks ago, and I forgot my hat collection, so I had no gig hats, and it's a tragedy.
And that's a thing with you.
Big stress bomb. Got to have my gig hat. Yeah.
Wow.
So
what happens if you don't?
I had like baseball hats and shit, but I wasn't gonna wear those. I would just fucking slicked it back, Yeah. What little hair I have.
Why can't you just be yourself?
Because it's a image. It's my trademark.
Oh, right.
It's one of them things.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I'm known for hats. But anyway,
I don't care about my physical appearance. I'm entirely unaware of my own physical.
That's shocking. I find that hard to believe.
Believe it.
but we're in the town of, I don't know, up north New York, way upstate, and it's some little lake town. Oh, it's a famous one too. I can't even think of it.
Are you Nils Lofgren or are you Steve?
A combination. I have to play both of them. Yeah, because I'm doing harmonies and I'm doing leads and I'm doing rhythm. A little bit of both.
Do you have a trampoline? Do you do flips?
No, I don't. I do have a scarf that I haven't worn yet. I was going to break it out under the hat so I could do a little Stevie tribute with the hat, because Nils wears the top hats and stuff. So I kind of compromise in between there. But anyway, so I don't have a hat. So I'm going downtown, this shishi little tourist town, and the only place that had hats, they were like hundreds of dollars.
Right.
And the cheapest one I found was like $79. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. It's a nice hat.
Really?
It was nice, beautiful. And so I did the gig. The next night, we're in another town south.
I can get you a human head for cheaper than that. You know what I mean?
Can you get me a kidney?
What you paid for a hat.
Get me new liver.
There are ways to, believe me. You don't want to know.
But anyway, the next night we're in another town, and they have a Walmart. And I go in Walmart, and I see this hat, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. It was like $9.
Did you get a free bowl of soup with that?
Yeah.
Hey,
Roddy. Hey. Oh, what's this? The Dance of the Living Dead.
Looks good on you, though.
Looks good on you. Hey, Judge Smales.
So did you go back to that town?
No, it was hours away. So yeah, but I still
have.
I've used it on several gigs since then. It's almost paid for itself. But yeah, so that's my hat story.
I would have went back.
Of course you would have, yeah.
Yeah.
But I made enough money where it really didn't put much of a dent in it. So
wow.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Good gig. It's good. It's best gig ever.
Like I said,
Thank you, Alex.
I would have driven 3 hours back out of the way to save $80.
It was a 4-hour gig anyway, so drive. So I had enough driving. Yeah, and we had to drive back. We had a hotel in between, but we had to drive back the night of the Friday gig. So that was late, early morning. Yeah. But whatever. It's
That's how Springsteen would want it. You got to
that's right.
all night. The sun's a red ball rising above the... Yeah.
Exactly. What do you think of the movie coming out? You know anything about it? The guy from The Bear is starring in it.
I'm moderately interested.
Yeah. And he's supposedly, by all accounts, he does a great job. Hardcore Springsteen fans are like, they could have left out. But they don't say everything about the performance, but about the whole period of when he was doing the Nebraska album.
Sure.
They're being very picky.
Sure.
But whatever, I'd like to see it because what's his name? Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah,
I think
I wouldn't make any efforts to not see it. I'll see it when it's time.
Cool. Yeah, I will too.
I don't have any no issues with that.
Yeah. Any other movies you've seen this summer by any chance? There's some good scary ones. There's some superhero ones.
Well, I just saw Jaws in IMAX.
Ooh, that must have been awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's Spielberg's coup de grace.
Yeah. I didn't know you spoke French.
I do a little bit. Oui.
Wow, oui. Yeah, Jaws. I don't know what's this. It's interesting.
Supposedly, I've read like one of the outtakes. Where the little kid was on the raft and he got took. They actually had a little dummy full of blood, and it was too disturbing for the audience.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's funny.
But it's like, did you see the one about Spielberg's family with him growing up, learning about movies, like how to make movies as a kid?
No.
It tells a lie. You get it right away. It's like, oh, he's making all the movies from his childhood now.
See, I have a thing about Spielberg, but I might be too sensitive. But no disrespect, because I know Steven Spielberg's going to watch this.
He's going to be
so
so
I have
mad.
To be very careful.
Be nice.
But I think he's a sadist, actually.
Okay, sure.
Because, as I grow older, and I guess just a little more, I'm just like, I think he dost dwelleth. Like, I understand, I know the intimacy of, but do I need to see a bayonet driven into somebody's heart slowly? Mm-hmm. I'm just not sure what that added.
That's the kid in him. He was into little kids are into gross war stuff. Yeah. And he made a little war movie and he made as gross as he could as a kid, but now he's got money and a budget. So he's doing everything he wanted to do as a kid, but over the top because now he's an adult.
But if, that door's got to be shut or something.
Darn kids.
Yeah. And then leaves the door open. But when I think about it, but I'm a sensitive soul.
Sure.
And as I get older, I'm just kind of like, I don't have a place for violence.
Right.
I just don't.
Gotcha.
Doesn't entertain me.
Yeah, that's good to know.
But I'm like, so we're little kids. We're watching Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is the most. And you're like, oh, isn't it funny when the guy gets annihilated by the airplane propeller? And we're like, and I'm like, I don't know.
And then they melt at the end.
Yeah.
That's what's really gross. That freaked me out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's something a little bit, as an adult, I think there's something wrong with him a little bit.
Well, you could say the same about Tarantino. I mean,
But Spielberg, true. Yeah. But that. With Spielberg, it's like, he's like, America's director.
Sure.
E.T.
Yeah, right.
It's the more soft and cuddly. And
Close Encounters.
Then you're like, no, man, Spielberg he's nasty.
Yeah. But he's a kid with $1 million budget. Basically, that's how I look at him.
Yeah.
So, but he's also brilliant in terms of just storytelling.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. But I just, you wonder as you get older, as I get older, I go, so how many of these people, the same with Stephen King, we grew up with, just horrid. Now I just think I filled my head full of that. Why? And I'm like, I hope he feels better.
I was into
for just emptying all that onto us.
I'm sure he does, and for cashing that paycheck too. But I was way into that stuff, and it formed my just my what I got to like in terms of movies, scary movies, monster movies, horror movies, things like that. I'm really into. So I don't mind the violence as much. It can be over the top. So I don't like torture porn, like those crazy Hostel movies and Saw and stuff like that. Those don't do it for me. But there's a story is a story. But speaking of Tarantino, I started watching with my youngest. We put a bunch of Tarantino movies in a hat and we pick one out once in a while. And I snuck in their True Romance.
Sure.
which was one he wrote, but he didn't
Sure,
direct, but it's a great flick. But I was saying, this is like his life story because he works in a comic shop.
Kinda, yeah.
He knows he loves the Sonny Chiba Kung Fu movies. And apparently he did say it was his closest to him making himself as a character without the shooting and killing and cocaine and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But that was a, kind of a ultra violent one as well. But
yeah,
but that's what Tarantino does. You know that going in.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like with Spielberg.
Yeah, Spielberg can throw you.
Yeah, you're like, it has to be a child?
Right.
It has to be, somehow.
Yeah, that gets me. I can't do kids.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So here's my idea. So think about it. I'm sure that people have much better and more thought out theories than this. So yeah, this is my thing, man. So Jaws. So it's coming to get you, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, you think, So Brody takes what he thinks is an easy job. He's a New York City cop, and he thinks it's easy.
Yeah.
So he sublimates all his problems. You detect there's a slight little thing with him and his wife. At one point, he says, "Here, you take him home," and she's like, "New York?" And he's like, "No, home here." So she's already gone.
There's another layer.
So there's another layer of like, I didn't want to come here anyway. So his whole thing is coming apart. But it's like, so the shark to him represents all the troubles that he thought he left behind, and they just compound.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not expressing his anxiety.
Yep.
So it's just going to compound.
It's building.
And of course, obviously Quint has survivor's guilt from not only delivering the bomb, but
Navy
also
thing,
surviving.
Yep.
So he's a dead man already. His whole adult life, he's dead.
He doesn't care.
He's a dead man walking.
Doesn't care about anything.
And that's why, obviously, he self-sabotages, burns the engine out. He's surrendering himself.
Yeah.
He's like, I put this off long enough. I'm going to face it.
It's time.
Yeah. His problems literally devour him.
Yeah.
Right? He is a man divided.
Yes.
Literally. Divided. And then there's Hooper.
Hooper.
So what about Hooper? So Brody fears.
Yeah.
Quint hates, which is self-hate.
Yep.
Hooper believes that he can observe from a distance, hence eyeglasses, hence cage, hence oxygen, hence, trying to
science stuff,
observe and respect.
Yep.
But what he doesn't understand is it's like, oh, you wanted to check this out?
Yeah.
Well, how about this?
We're going to give it all to you.
Right, we're going to give it all to you.
Yeah.
But yet somehow the person with the most fear acts on faith and wins. He doesn't know how.
Right.
He's blindly shooting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Using Quint's weapon.
Okay.
Shooting Hooper's
tank
science device.
Yes.
Kaboom.
Yeah.
So here's my real question.
Yeah.
All that shark exploded guts.
Yeah.
Doesn't attract other sharks?
Should.
When they're paddling?
Yeah, should. It certainly attracted a bunch of seagulls.
That's what I'm saying.
But apparently that island hadn't really have a lot of exposure to the shark. The shark's not an anomaly. The shark is put there as the device for all these guys to work out their troubles, according to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. It's
But apparently there's another bigger shark that does come along in the number 2 version, which is awful, and all the rest of the sequels are awful. But in the number 2 version, he actually uses science where he learns that sharks are attracted to sounds,
right,
like slapping of the waves.
Right.
So when he's got that he's on the electric cable, he's slapping the cable,
Yeah.
make the shark bite it and get electrocuted. So,
yeah.
So he's an amalgamation of the science and everything else by that point.
Sure. Wow, far
Good
out.
story. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, no, I think about that a lot. But here's one last thing, and then we'll talk about. So with Jaws, so now I'm into this thing. I'm going to watch it again with these in mind, because now you can look up, inconsistencies, anomalies. Okay, so they make there's a million of them, but they make a big fuss about Quint's chair when he's
strapped in. Yeah,
where the hell's the chair for the rest of the movie? I never thought of that until I saw it again, and I was like,
continuity.
But they. You know what I mean? Like if that chair were there, he wouldn't have slid into the...
That's right. Unless the shark ate it. He ate half the boat.
But the chair is not there for the rest of the movie. After that scene,
good catch.
The chair is not there.
Yeah, that's continuity.
So
I find that stuff all the time in movies. It's like, he didn't have that blood stain here before, and then now he does.
I think they were, I don't know. I'd have to ask, but I think Spielberg at that point, you got to wonder if it's not deliberate, but it's deception where they just go, you know what? We're going to be lucky to get out of this flick alive, and it doesn't flop. I'm not thinking about my legacy that some douche in 2025 is going to go, hey, wait a minute. Why isn't there a chair? Or people are like analyzing this forever. Yeah. It's like, we're going to be lucky if we make this flick.
Right, and they had all kinds of troubles, too. They were over budget, and they didn't have faith in him. He was, new director, and lots of shit didn't work. The shark didn't work at first, and they had to make a different one.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I've seen any new movies lately. No new ones, but Jaws.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then speaking of Tarantino, I get all into Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, one of my favorites.
Okay, good.
That flick,
yeah.
Watched that about 5 times again.
Sure.
Anyway.
Is that what, if you were rating them, that would be your top of the list, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it's, you've seen it?
Oh, yeah.
So
seen all of them, yeah.
It's almost not like a Tarantino flick to me. It's almost like a Paul Thomas Anderson flick.
Ah, yeah.
Almost, more like.
Yep.
So I sometimes forget that it's Tarantino.
Yeah. Because it's longer, it's slower, it doesn't have violence until the very end.
Yeah. But I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I think it's my favorite. But
it's a lot of throwbacks. I like how they mention Steve McQueen, and they show him at the Playboy Mansion, and then they show what's his face, the actor in The Great Escape instead of McQueen.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
And The Great Escape's one of my favorite movies too.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Well, there you go.
Because it led into Hogan's Heroes, and then as kids we'd pretend we're in a concentration camp. We got to dig our way out.
We may not have to pretend for much longer. That's all I'm gonna. Other than that,
yeah.
So, the only political thing I've ever said on this show ever.
It's okay. It's your show.
I mean the concentration camps of our mind. Of course, is what I meant. Of course, that's what I meant. Because
hallelujah,
we're speaking everything is metaphorical.
Break out from your mind.
That's right. Hey, man. Make the great escape from your own mind. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
we're all trapped.
Talk about you now.
Talk about me. So I was thinking the other day, sometimes we've gone back and talked about, your career arc and who you played with and stuff like that. And I didn't talk that much about the early on. Because also I was thinking about, guitar, and we're going to talk about doing guitar lessons and stuff later on. But I was thinking about how I learned, and back in the day, not so much today, I would imagine, with young kids coming up, but back in the day, everyone started out in blues bands, and it's like ga-gung, 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 and you're playing in bars, and you're playing a bunch of blues. Oh, we do a fast one. Oh, a slow one. Oh, a medium one, but still ga-gung, 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 or 6/8 or whatever, mix it up a little bit. But that band was Nate Simmons and Gravy Hands, and Nate Simmons was the blues mayor of Middletown.
Okay.
And he had Ben Ross, the harmonica boss, playing with him, and it was me, him, and Thomas Moses, and I forget who was on drums. He's going to kill me because he's still around. But anyway, so that's where I started out, and it was like, I still learned a ton, even though I wasn't really I didn't want to play blues, but he showed me about pacing and, how to entertain and talk to a crowd and put on a show. And he would be like, you'd think the Holy Spirit's going through him. They'd look over and he'd wink at me and he'd be like, this is how it's done, and it's like, oh, I get it. Yeah. You're putting on a show. It's showbiz. And it was fabulous. Great learning experience for me. But it was like, I was thinking that in terms of lessons, kids today are not going to come in and I'll say, hey, you got to learn this blues. They're going to be like, no, I don't.
Right.
Don't even know what that is. I don't want to do that. But what's what would the kid today want to learn? Like some shoegazing stuff or strummy stuff? Or, back then it was all guitar heroes.
Sure.
Eddie Van Halen, Stevie Ray, and you knew what your lane was. Like, okay, these kids going to come in, wants to learn, Steve Vai or whatever.
Sure.
But nowadays I have no idea it's so out of teaching for so long. And I know what type of music my kids like, and it's a variety of stuff. But there's a lot of, computer music and stuff like that. But people who are playing guitar don't want to play that type of music because they're playing guitar.
Right.
And I have a feeling it's not as popular as it was at one time. But I haven't studied the market or anything in terms of guitar sales but I have a feeling it's way down.
I would know.
Hey Dave, what do kids come in that want to learn nowadays on guitar? Like, back in the day they'd want to, like, you had guitar heroes, but nowadays it's, there's no real guitar heroes people want to emulate, but they probably want to learn some songs or a particular style, right? What would you think?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, depending what the ages are, but if you
Okay.
a teenager, it's probably 15, 16, they're looking at, learning tunes, bands.
Like current bands that they're into.
Yeah. The younger ones, and they're not necessarily interested in learning to read music.
Right.
But,
Well, who is? No,
well,
but that's how it used to be. But yeah.
Yeah. It's the younger kids. But you find that if you teach, it's like anything else. You teach a kid how to fish.
That's true. Yeah, to figure it out on your own now. Yeah, here's the basics.
Exactly.
Here's your chords.
Yeah.
You learn the neck and then use your ears.
Yeah, learning. Basically, when I teach, I kind of go through all of the chords, making sure they know all the majors and minors.
Yep.
And then basic positions on the neck.
Yeah, gotta learn the neck. That's the whole thing. My first lesson was actually here. I forget the woman's name. Might have been Marie.
Marie Real.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and here I am in a little closet booth, and she's smoking a butt, and she puts a little sheet music in front of me, and it's like, Twinkle Twinkle.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
You're not even plugged in. I keep trying to turn up the...
Oh, we're picking you up over here. I'm going to point my mic at. There you go.
There you go.
It was sounding good down there. Yeah.
Is that good?
That's the one.
That's the one? Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
It was picking
All
up
right.
your knee. It
It's
was
picking
creaking.
up my knee.
All right. Yeah, we got you now.
All right.
But yeah, no, I get you. I mean, learn the basics, learn chords, learn the neck.
Yeah.
But yeah, my first experience wasn't very positive because here I am in a smoky room and I'm playing like Starlight, whatever. And I was done. I was like, nope, too smoky and I don't want to learn this. And I quit for a while.
Exactly.
And then came back and Sal D'Alessandro helped me and opened the door to the pentatonic scale. That was like...
Modes.
Yeah,
Pentatonic
once you learn the
Blues
pentatonic
scale.
scale, the whole neck opens up to you, and my mind
sure.
was blown.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I don't know where I'm going with that, but yeah, just a little history. Oh, I started with Nate Simmons, and just early on, what people are interested. I was kind of interested in more like Adrian Belew and some of the outside guys and Fripp and stuff like that played with Bowie and King Crimson and those type of things. But no one really wanted to learn that stuff, so I just took what I could. Even though I couldn't play like that, I aspired to, and it gave me something to shoot for.
Yeah, right.
And I could pull that into the regular stuff, whatever we're playing in bars and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you evolve.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I don't know because I don't teach guitar,
Yep.
so I don't know.
But when you're teaching drums, you play a little bass sometimes to accompany them. Still, or no?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I find, it doesn't matter. We don't have to talk about this.
Yeah.
No point. But the older I get and the younger they get, so the songs that I learned to play on bass when I took bass lessons when I was 12,
Yeah.
the older I get, the less likely it is that they've even heard that song.
Exactly.
So I don't, but it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least in my thing, I use those songs because I know what skills I'm trying to help them build,
Right.
and they can do it as far as like, okay, this
Yeah.
is where a fill would go, this
Yep.
is how it goes, or whatever. And if I can get them through the handful of 2 or 3 songs that I have that I, in my mind, I will feel like, okay, they have a basic command of these skills and context and can kind of groove a little bit. If I can get them through that,
Right.
and then it'll be like, okay, what songs do you want to play?
Right. Yeah.
And
Let's get through a song first. Learn a beat. Learn some. Yeah.
Well, just
get timing and all that. Yeah. Just something basic, rock beat or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also it's just goals, because the truth is, I think to a degree, I don't know how it was for you, but I didn't have any problems practicing. My parents had to tell me to stop, but I was a
yeah,
freak.
yeah.
You know. But at the very least, if I can keep it goal oriented and have a thing going, at least I know from the time I'm with them, they're spending that time with sticks in their hands hitting something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you need to get their ideas out through their hands.
Yep.
And that just takes
Yeah.
a different way to express, assuming that they have something to express,
Mm-hmm.
which some do and some don't.
Right.
Some are young, but some do. Some do. That's the most frustrating, like with adult students or kids that are musical. I can see the frustration with them, because that's the worst thing is like you can hear it, but you can't quite do it yet. Mm-hmm. And that's understandable. Mm-hmm. But if you can help them or just explain to them that it's not impossible. Mm-hmm. You're just learning to express in a different way, and it's the mechanics of your hands. So if you can shut your brain off and just spend enough time getting used to expressing yourself in this different kind of way, your musicality will emerge. I think of it like I'm bringing the music out of them.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's great when it happens. And it does happen. It's fun to see it after a while. You see kids, their sense of humor or the way they are starts to come out. Yep. And you're like, okay, you have it inside you. We're trying to bring it out.
Yeah, that's the payoff right there.
Yeah, because I would assume they're choosing to express it in some kind of way. And if they're attracted to drums or music, they'll just be, this is how I want to express myself in this way. Mm-hmm. And anyway, I guess the long answer to your question is there are some fundamentals or mechanics, I think, that are always going to exist. As far as, like you say, but what you're saying is goal-wise, like we were fired up by Guitar Heroes, so it kind of gave us more of an idea of what we thought we were trying to do.
Right. You could see things that weren't done before at the time. It's just like, oh, they did something different that we'd never heard before. Yeah. And it's like, okay, how do I get there? And it's like, oh, you got to start from the beginning, kid, And it's like, and speaking of which, I had a guitar in my hand all the time. And when I went to Berkeley, we just walked around all day with our instruments, whether we're playing Dungeons and Dragons or whatever.
Kind of the best thing you can do.
We're playing, playing. And I would tell students, when I was teaching, had a lot of students a while ago, you can see them pretty quickly who might actually have a career in music and who's just going to strum some Eagles songs on their porch. You know what I mean? And I would be straight up with them. I'd say, you're going to be able to play some songs, and hopefully they're Eagles songs, but, some 3-chord stuff. Yeah. But other kids, I'd be like, look, if you put time into this, you could become really good and do whatever you want with it. And luckily, some of my students have gone on, and I'm still in touch with them. I'm like, wow, they're playing in New York, and they're having careers. And I'm like, wow. Yep. And I didn't really do that much. It was mostly them because I just gave them the basics, and they moved on. But
I don't know how it is for you, but for me, a lot of times, especially if they have an idea, it's just slowing it down. Is teaching them how to slow down. Right. How to slow down and take it slow, because obviously it's, if you have it in your head and you can't play it, there's an impatience to do it. And then plus you're young, so there's a youthful impatience. And like I say, I don't want to be a drag, but that's always my thing. It's just like, but trust me, because I'm not going to stop talking about myself or whatever.
It's okay.
But I pose myself challenges too with the dulcimer, or sometimes if I have a spare half hour, I'll go, I'm going to learn something on piano right now, which I don't really play that well. Yeah. But I'll go, I'm going to put myself in that space. Yep. So that it's not just words when I'm telling the kid, hey, you got to slow down, you got to take your time. And I'll sit down and try to learn to play something. I go, man, what? I just go, well, you know what? Just do what you tell them. Yeah. Start slow, figure it out, figure out the move, practice the move, and then all of a sudden you're putting it together. You just have to allow your physical to catch up with. And then, as you know, the longer you do it, the gap between what you're thinking and your physical, the more you do it, that gap starts to close. And if you do it long enough and that gap is instantaneous, then you're playing.
You're there.
Then you're off you go.
One of my favorite lines is, speed is a byproduct of accuracy. Yeah. You have to be accurate before you can be fast. Correct. Otherwise, it's just sloppy.
Correct.
I find it out all the time. I'm like trying to play this. It's like,
well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with going for it, too. Yeah. I always tell kids, too, you can go for it, too.
Sure.
But my thing is, I always tell them, I go, speed is easy, but it takes time. There's no mystery about it. But it takes time. Yeah. And you can catch a wave too, but I'll tell them, work with a metronome, you can get from here to here. You might catch a wave. Sometimes you just got to go for it. You might get close, and then you just focus and sharpen it up, and you might actually be closer than you think. But that's the surest way to do it.
But it
takes time.
But it takes time, but it takes doing it a lot, just continually doing it. And I find myself that if I have a gig coming up and I haven't played, I need to start playing a couple days before the gig. And then if I start even sooner, if I get a couple gigs in a row and I've been playing for like 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, it's like breathing. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it. All the connections are there, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's effortless.
You have to build those connections first, and sometimes you got to just dust up the hallways, since we're speaking of metaphor.
Exactly.
Just make it so that you can slide, But yeah, no, I hear you.
Got to blow some coal off.
Yeah. No, and I do it on drums too. I'm in the middle of a challenge right now that I can't do it.
Do tell.
Nothing. It's just a friend of mine sent me and it's funny because he didn't even, a non-drummer, but he sent it to me, and I thought he was kind of busting my balls, like, can you do this? And I'm low-key competitive, in a way.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I'm just like, oh, he thinks I can do this, so I better. And I sat down and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't figure this out. And I thought, not only do I have to do it, but I have to practice it enough and then just throw it out like it ain't shit.
Yeah, right. Oh, I can do this. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
what is it? Some polyrhythm thing?
yeah, it's a polyrhythm thing. And I once I got into it, I was like, oh, okay, I see. There's just some things you got to work out, and I'm about 30%. Like I'm figuring it out. It's a polyrhythm, so it's kind of like when you get it together, there's switch ups, and I'm just like, oh, there it is. You've never done this against one of those,
right?
Okay, that's cool. It can be done.
Sure.
Just because you never did it.
Yeah.
Just go, all right, just got to go slow. And then it comes back to exactly like what we say is take it slow down, do it one thing at a time, let your physical sink in. Like, you're asking me to do this while you're doing that. Okay, slow it down. And then you find out, like I say, it's not just words that I say when I'm teaching. I'm actually practicing it. And I go, oh yeah, okay. So, because you teach long enough, you don't even know what you're saying anymore half the time, unless I put myself in that zone and go, okay. But anyway.
But that affects everything else too, though. You've just opened a new pathway. It's like, suddenly other things are easier because I succeed at the hard thing.
Well, then but one of my things that I teach too, I don't even know if I got there with you because you took drum lessons for a while. But the thing that I learned to do that's valuable, and it's infinitely valuable to me, I is like sometimes when you're going after something, a specific thing, you may mistake your way into something else.
Yes.
Like along the way,
little accidents.
You might go, okay, that's not what I was going, but that's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Bag it up.
Yeah.
And then that way, if you ever get to the thing, you've bagged up a bunch of stuff. And like I have this thing that I do, and I'll never tell anybody because they'll never know. But like a lot of my best licks are a shadow. They're incorrect as to what I thought.
Yeah.
Like I'll hear, when I was a kid, I would hear Steve Gadd do something, and without figuring out what it was, I would make my best guess, and then just work it out and go, okay, yeah, that works, that's cool, and then listen to it and go, yeah, I was completely wrong. Yeah. I wasn't even close. Yeah. But I got it.
But now I got this new trick. Yeah.
I use my misinterpretation, and then I'll go, so now let me figure out what it actually is. Yeah. So a lot of the things that I end up playing, no one even knows what I thought I was playing. They'll just, and so it's like a shadow. My style is a shadow.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Which you might as well. That's why use your imperfection.
Use
your humanness.
The Stones are all happy accidents. I mean, Keith was not the most, but he accidentally came up with some of the greatest riffs ever, But yeah, I get that. It's all part of building a vocabulary. You get all these, you have your language, you got the letters or the notes or whatever, and you're forming sentences and words and telling a story or whatever, But you have to have the language down. You have to have, like I always say, learning the neck, And I didn't mean to knock on learning how to read because that's definitely very helpful. But
it can be.
Yeah, but it's only practical for certain people, and the people that want to learn it usually have a purpose for it. You want to play in Zappa's band, you had to learn how to read. I just read something. Was it Vinnie Colaiuta who did most of his drumming, or was it
for a period? Yeah.
And he was talking about something was in like 19, and they played it live one take.
Sure.
It. And it's like, oh God, you're at that level. That's
well, no one's at that level.
That's what they're at that level.
Well, no one but them.
But that's where you had to be to play in Zappa's band because he'd put a chart in front of you and you sink or swim. But no, I can't imagine a scenario where anyone I know would ever be doing something like that.
No, but those people are freaks, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Well,
I didn't have the patience for it. I learned the basics reading, and I learned some of the Berkeley book, and just learning, starting to play scales up the neck in positions rather than all the open notes. And that actually opened my mind to it. But once I realized they were shapes, I was like, oh, if I learn where all the notes are, now I know every scale just by the shape. And there's 5 different shapes, so I'm going to play 5 times 12.
Yeah.
Now I know all the scales in every position all over the neck. Now I know all the modes too, because all the modes are in those positions, in those scales. And it's a little puzzle that you kind of unlock. And,
yeah, I have to
kind
take your word for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Trust
about
me.
that.
Trust me. That's the secret, the musical secret,
yeah.
the code you have to crack.
Well, I always tell my kids too. Well, drums are a little different, maybe, but I always tell them, for myself, I knew how to play. I got kind of far on my own by ear, but I did find that reading, it helped me organize my ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And I always just tell kids, if it totally throws you for a loop, then don't worry about it. It depends on what you want to do.
Right.
I mean, if you want to get in a school band or something, or you want to be in Zappa's band or whatever, you do have to. But I just say from experience, I'm like, it exists. The musical system, it exists for a reason. Use it to your advantage if you can figure it out. And if you feel like it helps you organize your thoughts or avails you to more stuff, then even better. But doesn't mean that you're not a good player if you can't read.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything. I mean, we all know there's billions of people who are great players who have no idea what they're doing. And that's cool. Some of those people are freaks, though. Most of us are not freaks. That's.
But there's certain situations where it's definitely, like, you want to learn classical, it definitely helps to read.
Yeah.
You want to be a jazz player, you got to play the heads of the songs, you got to know the real book, and multiple situations like that. Where was I going? I had something to add. I don't remember what it was.
I have a Stones theory.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I have when I teach. I'll try to pick songs. As you know, music can go either way. I'm kind of an in-between. But sometimes, with drum parts, I try to teach kids, I'll pick songs to go, do you hear the consistency? Like there's a bass drum part for the verse, bass drum part for the chorus, and there's always a fill here, and there's a thing here. And I teach them to listen for the symmetry of things, of how to put parts together. And then there's the Stones. So, which I have an adult student who he's totally on board. He's a huge Stones fan. Then he'll bring in Beast of Burden, and there goes my whole theory. Because he's just like, but how come I notice here he's not? And I go, okay, are you ready though?
Yeah.
I said, so here's my Stones theory: is they record while they're still figuring their parts out, and that's the excitement of. That's what you're getting. It's not set. I don't think it ever gets set in stone, but let's say theoretically, that moment before everyone locks their parts down, they've already rolled 2 takes before that. And so
at least,
So what you're hearing is the freshness of discovery.
Right.
Even if they're still chasing each other around. But to me, that's the sound of the Stones, is them chasing each other around, as opposed to some bands they're locked. So I don't know if this has anything to do with the Stones' appeal, but you almost feel like you're in on it.
Yeah.
You're hearing it as it's like, to me, the Stones are always in progress.
Right.
It's not finished and presented.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like still.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. It's a thing.
Yeah, and that's the immediacy of it, and the spontaneity of it, and just you can tell it's raw. You can just tell it's raw. And even after, like I read something with Keith the other day, he was like, we just got to get, we'd play with just the drummer and the bass and me, and we'd just get those tracks. And then I'd go in from 1 to all night long in the early morning and lay the riffs on it. But those are still sloppy because he was sloppy, But it still had that immediacy because it wasn't perfection to a click and all that stuff.
Right.
That stuff you're not going to find except for bands that record together live without a click anymore.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a thing.
Yep.
But that was my Stones theory. I explained it to him. As I said, I don't know if we would like the Stones if they were parts.
Right.
Where it's just always, when you get to the verse, it's this bass drum part, and you hear them searching the whole time.
Exactly.
That's kind of what's cool.
Well, plus you have the swing of Charlie Watts. You know, that's just it's a that little finesse that you don't even know it's there, but it's there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can't play it without it.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, that goes without saying. As far as their feel, I just mean like the consistency of the parts being same part chord, so it's not cut and paste. In other words,
right?
Anyway,
yeah. Then the parts would vary. Like what you thought was a guitar part went in one verse, it's a little bit different later on.
Right.
Because like I just switch it up a little bit towards the end here. Yep.
Word.
But one of my favorite not only songs, but one of my favorite recordings is Can't You Hear Me Knocking? And that jam at the end, the drum sound, the ride sound, the whole sound of that recording, and the sax, and they're just all in the room, and it's just one of the greatest recordings and musical moments ever. You know, it's a long solo, the guitar goes, Mick Taylor's playing great.
I was going to say, that's Mick Taylor.
Oh, he's playing great. Yeah. And then the sax plays, and then they just peek it out, and it's like, and that just goes,
Yeah.
Ba-doom-doom-boo.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know if I haven't had the luxury, but that's the thing, too. Like, sometimes you get together with people, and you haven't been playing with them that long, and they think they're going to capture this kind of magic. Mm-hmm. And it's like maybe sometimes, but the thing is, by the time you're hearing the Stones, then they played 50 million gigs already,
right?
So they have a special thing that they have when they play together that most people don't have the luxury of playing together that long to develop.
Right. How many gigs did the Beatles do in like Hamburg and England? Hundreds and hundreds of parties.
They were already.
They already just had all their chops and everything. They're just ready to burst. It's like there's more to this. Got to be more than this, you know. And then they discovered songwriting, and it was all over.
Yep. You got a guitar. What's that all?
What
was your plan?
I didn't really have a plan. I'm going to talk about guitar lessons and theory and stuff like that, but we kind of covered it. I mean, I could actually probably talk about it more than...
Can we smash your guitar then?
No, you can't. That's a mid-70s Stratocaster. You can't smash it. I'll show it to you.
Oh, I can smash it. I won't.
Well, I'll show it to you. I don't know if this is on camera. This is my baby. Yeah, I'll play a couple of I didn't buy it like this. I got it in like 79 or 80, so it was a couple years old. And it's got new pickups and a new bridge.
That's cool.
And
black pickguard, like all black.
And it's got all
you can just smash that screen. Who cares?
And it's got this is all me, all the wear and tear.
Yeah.
It's all my blood and sweat.
From the belt buckle days.
The belt buckle days. And there's a bunch of like pick divots for me, like, you know, trying to get the feedback.
Trying to get Corvo to get up the tempo,
getting
Eddie
mad.
to pay attention, or whatever.
So I have this little amp here that Dave provided. Thank you, Dave. But I was going to talk about when it's easier to learn in piano than it is any other instrument, as far as I'm concerned.
Sure.
And I usually tell people, like, if I'm talking about theory, I say, let's look at a piano and see all the white keys. If I start here, this is the note C, and I just play white keys, that's a major scale. So I'm going, that's what happens on the piano, but it's all in a row. And then when I make a chord, chords are built in thirds. You got a root, you skip a note, it's a third, you skip a note, it's a fifth. So I have a root, third, fifth. Or if you want to do them in order, see that because the guitar is not laid out like a piano, you end up doing the root, fifth, and you find your third higher up.
Right.
Or I can position it. You got to learn it in another position. Here's my root, third, fifth. It's a little distorted. So there's your root, third, fifth.
Yeah.
So if the piano would be this, the white keys skipping over the white keys.
Right.
So that's how guitar differs then from the piano. It's a little more difficult. But what you got to learn your major scale, and people go, "Why? You know, that sounds kind of corny," and it's like, no, it's the key to everything.
Yeah,
everything. Yeah. Your minor scale's in there, all your modes are in there, all the chords are built from the major scale. When you learn theory and you do it on a piano, when you build chords from a major scale, you have your one chord built off the first note in the scale, and you're just using notes from that scale, and you go to the second chord, still using notes from that scale, but turns into a minor chord because I have to use the notes in the C major scale. Right. Everything's in the key of C. So there's your what's called the two chords. The second chord is a minor chord. Your three chord is a minor chord as well. And then your four chord is a major, and I'm adding the major 7th there. Your 5 chord is a dominant 7. Your 6 chord is a minor 7. And your 7th chord is a minor 7 flat 5. And then you end on your 1 chord again.
With a 7th.
Yep. So that's how I learned the basic chords of theory. And once you do that, and you tie it to the scale, here's C, here's the C major scale. Everything's built around the major scale. If I'm just playing this minor chord, I'm just using notes in C major. But I'm playing C major in a different position. There's 5 different major positions, so there's so much to cover. You know, you just start with the basics. Let's start with 1 major scale, 1 major chord, or 1 minor chord and a pentatonic. The pentatonic scale has 5 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it repeats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the most common rock scale. And I tell people, just play this watching sports. You know, you're sitting there noodling. Get it so you know it inside and out. And then start to find melodies in it. So if you just want to go simple 3 notes. And that's all from the pentatonic scale. Then you can get as fancy as you want with it and start to throw in the Dorian notes and the Santana stuff. So you have a... And that's just the same thing as just playing a major scale, but starting on the 2nd note.
Sure.
So there's a lot of stuff to do. But if you want to find out about it and learn about it, contact me and we'll get together. And maybe we'll teach Jon Peckman some riffs too as well. Or some bass licks or something like that. Whatever you want to learn.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, reach out. We're going to be doing some lessons here at Connecticut Valley School of Music.
Hey.
Contact myself or contact Dave
You know what I'm saying?
Kuzminski.
You know?
But yeah, it's you determine what you want to learn, and we help you get there.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely.
All levels.
Yeah, all levels. Sometimes all levels at once.
What else we got?
You have a gig this weekend.
Hey,
Dave
thank
said.
you. Friday night, Terraza up at the Quarry Ridge Golf Course. The wonderful Montenegrins that run that restaurant. They're lovely people. They're all tall and beautiful, and they treat us right. I'll be there with Mike Foley and Paul Emmerling on bass and Kurt Islab on drums, and we're Cleary and Foley and Company, so we do a couple gigs here and there. I'll be with Alex Shalot, the Bruce Springsteen tribute in Saratoga next week, and then we're back in Connecticut at Orange at a fair at the end of the month in Orange, and then Mohegan Sun in October 2nd, I believe.
Wow.
And then we have a private party for class of 1980 reunion at a secret location, Farrell's Restaurant, that you shouldn't come to, but you can totally crash it.
Sure. Unless you're, Is there a rival who's, what school is that?
It's Portland High School.
Is there, there's only one high school in Portland?
Yeah, but our rivals were Xavier and Mercy for the girls.
Gotcha.
And when we had our class reunion a couple years ago, we combined it with the class of 82. We were 81. We combined it with the class of 82. And we invited people from Xavier and Mercy just because.
Whoa. Because you have to have someone to beat up.
Yeah, we did a little rumble in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I
The
like
Socias.
Yeah.
They would be the Socias, apparently.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember back in the day, we'd crash some parties in other towns, and we'd always get beat up.
Really?
Like, there's a keg over in Moodus, and we'd go, we're going to find it.
And there's Cosmo there.
Yeah.
He's playing guitar.
Shout out to Cosmo.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Totally.
But yeah, we're just like 5 guys from out of town. It's just like, we got to run. You just run because they're coming after you.
Yeah, I grew up in Wallingford, and we used to try to go to New Haven and get into Yale parties. That was our that was our move.
Fun.
We got into a few. Yeah.
Okay.
That was our thing.
When I was at the beach, my family had a cottage in Old Lyme Shores, and then you had Soundview Beach, which was next door, and those were mostly Italians, and ours was mostly Irish, and we had rumbles all the time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Wow.
Just sticks and just like a South Side Story, whatever the
That's heavy.
the musical was. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I got my ass beat a few times crashing parties.
Yeah.
And it wasn't fun, but it's a fun story for my kids. They're like, yeah, tell us about the time you got beat up at the party, Dad. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Wallingford. My sister graduated we moved. So she graduated from Lyman Hall, and then I graduated from Sheehan. Like, we moved. So I got both sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember back in the old days, I think it was like the week of, like Thanksgiving, powder puff, that whole thing. And I remember tensions were very high around town.
Mm-hmm.
And I was driving around with a bunch of friends of mine. And we got into it with some kids. Your Lyman Hall sucks. Your Sheehan sucks or whatever. And it got kind of nutty. And we ended up at a red light. And I don't know. I'm not really like this. I don't know what I was thinking. But I decided, that I was going to try to beat some ass or look like I was going to beat some ass. Because I was, big. I was big, tall. And I remember we're at a red light and these kids were on foot, and I got out and ran over to them to kind of start something. And I swear to God, when I rolled up on them, the look of fear on their face, and they tried to and I actually felt bad. I was like, it's good. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of felt bad because I was like, I'm not really
you were
that
too
tight.
nice.
I was a little too nice, but I was just like, this is stupid. And I just was like, talked and then left. But I had my moment to actually, because I felt like, I could actually do this.
Yeah, there's a sense of power.
And I because I'm not Spielberg, so I'm not a sadist. So I didn't wield my power. I actually was like, okay, I saw the fear, and that's enough. Like, what am I gonna,
My dad always said, punch them in the nose. So
Yeah,
if they land it, they're incapacitated.
Yeah,
I had
just
this
punch 'em in the
one
nose.
big kid. I'm not going to name names because I still know him.
Oh boy.
And we became friends after. But it was in junior high at the Brownstone, and he was coming after me for something. And he's coming at me, and I jumped up and I pound him right in the nose. I break his glasses, and he's like, "Oh, my glasses!" And he just scooped them up and ran away. And I was like, "Thanks, Dad."
That's it. Yeah, yeah. I could never quite muster that. I had no game.
Oh, I was small, so I had to act tougher just to try to get away with it. But I literally had to jump up to reach him in the face.
I remember the first time I got smashed in the face, because I just, in my world, I thought, well, I have a smart mouth, so I'm gonna, I'll cut you to ribbons with my wit, or whatever. And I remember in the neighborhood, finally like mouthing off, and this kid just, smashed me one in the face, and I literally was just stunned. Like, I just was like, I didn't know you could do that. Like, I'm just like, oh, that's
Fafo.
I just was, yeah, exactly. I was like, wow. And that was my dad, and he was cool. My dad was a tough guy. I was not tough. And I just was puzzled, I just was like, and he just punched me in the face. And my dad's like, did you hit him back? And I'm like, I just couldn't process it. I just was like, I didn't know you could do that. Right. And my dad, in a nice way, but he goes, I could tell that you're not going to be much of a fighter because you're too reasonable. Like, I just thought, well, I only said something to him. Right. Why would he hit me? And he's like, it's a different, you're operating in a different world. And he's like, so you have two choices. You can either run your smart mouth and fight back, or you can keep your smart mouth shut. Those are just your choices.
Yes.
I'm just letting
Pretty
you know.
easy, not complicated.
Yeah, right. And if you want to fight back, I would advise, I'll help you with that.
Right.
But you're going to have to, if you're not willing to back it up, you got to keep that smart mouth shut.
Yeah.
And so I did. I guess I ended up doing a little of both.
Juggle it.
But I mean, he laid it out for me. My dad was like, and then because there's going to be guys out there that are going to shut your mouth for you. Oh. And I thought, whoa, what if they just reasoned with me? And I said, you have a good point. I think I'll concede.
That's a thing. Yeah, you're smarter than they are. And so, that's...
Well, in my world, I thought that means I win. And they're like, oh, really? Right. How about this?
I thought I could intellectualize myself out of different situations. But if it's a real meatball, you guys got to run and when you're my size. But we had some tough crowds and tough gangs when we were in school. Not gangs, but it was a tough crowd I hung with. And they would be like, we'd get bored. They'd say, you two fight. And they like picked me and another kid, and it was like, okay, we would just have to fight in front of them. And luckily, the kid was my size, so I had a chance. And but yeah, it was crazy stuff like that. It's just like, I'm with the wrong people here.
The mean streets of Portland. Yeah, no, yeah,
exactly.
Luckily, I didn't have to fight my way to the top.
I fought my way to the middle.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Dave's laughing at me.
Yeah, Dave's laughing.
Dave remembers the days.
Yeah, there we go.
The fighting Irish.
Yeah, and you got that right. The fighting Polish, whole different level.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, what's that like?
We drink them under the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
We poke them to death.
There you go.
Yeah, totally. What else?
I don't know if I'm sure I got something else. Oh, I've been cooking a lot.
Oh yeah,
Cooking.
It's your new thing.
Go ahead. What? Dave has something to say.
Yeah, a question for you. I know you've written a lot of originals.
Yes.
Okay. How does your writing thought process go when you put originals together?
By the way, you have 5 minutes. So
Good question. All right. I can fill up 5 minutes easy. It usually starts with this pieces of songs, pieces of ideas, and I would sing it into my phone. And literally, I have over 2,000 pieces of ideas in my phone. So I have to go through, start cataloging them, pick out maybe 100 that might be okay. And then out of that 100, you might get 10. And those 10, you whittle them down. I say, oh, this. And then I start labeling, this is a good one, work on this. They don't have names. It's just like, this one, listen to this one. I just start labeling as if they're worthy of being worked on. And so then I just take the pieces and I just come up with a concept. Sometimes the song come out all together done, but that's rare. It's usually a process. But with my last album that I'm about to release soon, it was a bunch of misfit songs I didn't use, but I knew they were good, and so I repurposed them for this concept album to tell this story. And so it's kind of like a rock opera thing, but that actually made it easier. I need a song about this, I need a song about a vampire, I need a song about a battle, so then I just wrote conceptually what the song was supposed to be. So there's different ways to do it, but it's mostly just having pieces of it and having that inspire something. But like I said, sometimes it just starts writing itself, which hasn't happened in a few years, but I've had a couple of times where it just boop, plopped out while I was driving. I'm like, okay, I get to get this down now. Get down the whole thing while I'm driving. And those are really the best ones because they just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I didn't really write them. They're just knocked on the shoulder, say, hey, I got a song for you. But the other stuff, it's a process, but I like the process.
Cool.
I like the recording process and assembling it and all that.
There you go. It's amazing when you mention the scales, and go from there. I mean, when I studied with Bill Levitt up at Berkeley, I still have the sheet of paper with the 5 scale patterns that he wrote out.
He wrote the book, man.
Yeah. It's just like, holy crap. But he wrote them out on a piece of paper.
Yeah, you got the actual in blood.
Yeah, oh man. Great guy, great guy.
Wow,
but
that's something.
It's all there.
Yeah.
Heavy. Weren't you, now you reminded me last time you were here, weren't you writing some concept album?
That's what I was just referring to. Yeah, it's the same one.
What was it again?
It's sitting, Big Red Des.
Right.
Yeah, it's sitting, waiting for me to get it mastered and just drop some money on it. So, I think it's time.
Big Red Des.
Big Red Des. There's a tribe of people that worship this deity called Big Red Des. But it was also my kid's nickname when he was a baby because he was big and red.
Sure. Wow. Yeah, don't give away too much.
No.
Right?
There's a secret. It's kind of like, a M. Night Shyamalan movie with a little twist at the end.
Right.
So I can't give it away, but...
Right.
Is Des doing the graphics for your album cover?
I'm hoping so. I mean, they've been busy working a lot, but I'll nail them down for some stuff for sure. He has some pieces actually that I'm going to actually use for some of it that are already done, so... but I sketched out a bunch of characters and stuff in my little stick figure thing. I said, I want this to be a frog, But yeah, little things like that.
Thou art a frog.
Speaking of which, the TCU Horned Frogs beat Bill Belichick in North Carolina last night. They blew them out. Bill Belichick's coaching debut. It was fun.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done. It's just like they got blew out.
Wow.
The Horned Toads beat them.
Yeah, I wasn't following that.
But it was fun to hear the announcers. Oh, the Toads on defense are doing really good. The Horned Toads really sacked them on that play.
Yeah, I bet.
But I like sports. I can't wait for next week. New England Patriots. This is going to be a good year.
Oh, yeah?
Mike Vrabel, new coach.
Yeah?
A couple new players.
This is it?
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Yeah, Pittsburgh. We have a new year too.
Oh yeah, we got Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
That could go one of two ways. That can go several sideways, but
yeah, we're gonna wait and see. I'm not saying anything.
Nope.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't be positive. Yeah.
Hey man,
He's still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Jets were just a bad fit for him. Let's just say that. And Tomlin's a better coach, so Tomlin should be able to do something.
Theoretically, yeah. That's we're gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
Is what we're gonna do.
That's right.
We're gonna see.
We're gonna wait and see.
Yeah. Right. All right. We could go. How do you want to? I mean, that you've answered the wrap-up questions before.
Yeah, give me something, but
enough times.
Yeah, what do you got?
All right. I mean, couple of favorite movies. That's a new thing.
Okay,
that's something that we don't.
Sure. I have to go with a new one this summer, which was the last one I saw was Weapons, which was by a guy that did I forget his other movie, but he does these freaky movies. And he also did Hereditary and Midsummer, and those were disturbing movies.
I don't know.
But Weapons was really cool, and it's a little disturbing, but it was well done. It's kind of funny and scary. There were some superhero movies. Fantastic Four was good, but as a comic book fan, no one's really nailed it. But this was the best Fantastic Four take yet, because there's been like 3 or 4 of them, so it was okay. The Superman one was cool. It was new. It was chaotic. They loaded with tons of characters, so it was a little too much, but it was still funny and well done.
Yeah.
Eddington was another one. This is all from this year. Eddington was one with Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
Very dark, about the COVID era and just everything culturally that was happening.
Oh, right.
And how it affected a small town, and then they just go crazy. So that was fun.
Whoa.
Favorite movies of all time, there has to be, Godfather. I like a lot of Tarantino movies. I really like Sideways, which was the Paul Giamatti in Wine Country.
Right.
For some reason, I love that. It's a rom-com type of thing, but his performance is amazing. There's so many good movies. I could just list them off all day, but we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
What else besides movies?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Foods. I've been eating lots of seafood. I like lobster.
Right.
I can't eat as much steak anymore because I have high iron. So just a lot of seafood. Some chicken, fish, turkey.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad for you.
Occasional hot dog.
Yeah.
Burger.
Yeah.
Usual stuff.
Once in a while.
Summer food.
I went to, I shouldn't say I'm surprised. I guess this is a shout out. I have no idea. We accidentally went. But Paul and I went to Eli Cannon's recently. Good burger. It was really good.
Paul who?
My wife, Paula.
Oh, Paula. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
I would do that again.
Yeah. There's tons of good restaurants in Middletown out
there.
Yeah,
yeah.
And there are a couple good burger places as well.
Yeah.
But there's just so many.
I haven't been there in a while, and we were just kind of like, oh yeah, we had time.
There's a very good taco place on the corner right before Washington Street on the left that Mike Arafay brought me to. That was really good.
Oh.
And now there's a Indian shawarma city or something called. I gotta check that out. I like Indian food.
Yeah.
But
yeah, not my thing.
Yeah, I've been cooking a lot, like I said, and I got time on my hands, so I'm always looking for recipes and things like that. So it's been fun. I did a Mexican casserole tonight with some nacho chips crunched into it, and it's basically like a taco, but just in a casserole. It was nice.
I can get into
that.
Yeah. Cool.
Working on sauces. Sauces are a challenge.
Yeah.
You got to get them right so they don't break. They break apart.
I see.
That's the loser chef move if your sauce breaks.
If your sauce breaks?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. We're running into this danger zone. Danger zone.
Yeah. Oh, boy. All right. Well, you know what?
I think it's time to wrap.
All right. Well, hey, remember when I was like this at the beginning?
Yeah. It's late night, John.
Welcome to, we're going to sign off now on the Jon Peckman podcast. Come over the bridge. Come over the bridge. It sounds worse when I say it like that. Come over the bridge. Pull a Yui. Park in front of the music store with the red neon light.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go!
All right, Michael Cleary was here again, but that's fine. It's all good. As long as there's a different hat every time, it doesn't. It's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Look, I'm playing drums.
Right, and you're doing it wrong. But that's okay. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your pets. Tell your plants. Look for Michael Cleary. He's out there somewhere.
Facebook.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. On Facebook, look for Michael Cleary. And we have vinyl here, kids. This is our thing. It's getting a little intense. It's got some good stuff here.
I saw that.
Right. We should have talked about it. You have to come back. For
Skinner album, yeah.
I'm running the theme again.
Yeah, let's go.
Right. So anyway. Yeah, so anyway, like and subscribe. And we'll see you again next time. Stay tuned. Jon Peckman Podcast. Dave, you can have your very own podcast here in our beautiful studio. Dave will tell you how. Right about now. Go ahead, Dave.
Go, Dave.
And if you want to take lessons from Michael Cleary, hook us up.
That's right, Michael Cleary. All right, adios. That is all.
Bye.
If you'd like to start your own podcast, give us a call at Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Our professionally designed podcast space is here for all your recording needs. Rent out our studio to do interviews with up to 4 people, to record audiobooks, social media content, and all other recorded material. Our rentals include a private studio along with our professional-grade podcasting equipment, and we can customize your output to whatever your needs are. We also have green screen capabilities, which will expand to video capability if you so wish. So check us out here at convalley.net/podcast.